Hello and welcome to May! Here are the questions my patrons asked for this month. If you'd like to ask a question for one of these AMAs, consider supporting me over on my Patreon. For the first set of questions, they come from Aquasun. The first of which being, how do you feel about modern youth slang? Some examples like copium, ratio, goated, chad. I think most linguistics and how language works is really neat. I've never been one to stay on top of slang in the first place, so being out of the loop isn't anything new for me. As long as I know the basic meaning or idea behind it, that's fine. For me, as long as I can understand people, then language is doing what it's supposed to be doing. You know, if it becomes a point of not understanding, then either A, they don't want me to because they're talking to somebody else, which is fair, or two, usually they'll let me know what they're saying, right? And that's all I need, right? Just the basics. I don't need every single definition of everything. It's fine. For instance, it took me a long time to know what SMH stood for. For example, I knew it was an expression of disappointment of some kind, but I always just pronounced it sm, which was funny to me, so I don't need to know what's going on. It's fine. Next question. How do you deal with stress? I try to remove myself from whatever is stressing me out as much as I can, and make sure to focus on stuff like making sure I'm still eating right, sleeping okay, all that. Just because it's honestly great how much taking care of your physical health can help with the stressful stuff, even if just a distraction. Obviously, it doesn't fix everything, but it makes things easier. When you're not hungry, you can focus better, for instance. The next question, in terms of visual spectacle, creative sequences, what is your favorite superpower? Whatever souped up telepathy mob psycho has going on, that stuff is amazing. It's just wow. You just watch and you're just wow. The last question from Aquasun is, what's your favorite meal to cook? I'm not much of a cook, but when I do actually get down to it, I like making pasta salad because it's very simple and delicious. Just pasta, ranch, and Parmesan cheese. The next set of questions, and the last set, is from Hannah Page. The first of which being, favorite flavor of gum? I don't chew gum often, but the times I do, I prefer fruity flavors. Next question. If it was reasonably priced and safe, would you go give space travel a try? No. I barely travel on Earth, so going to space sounds terrifying. Hearing about it is cool, though, from other people that do want to go. The next question is, what would you say is your least favorite genre? And how could something in it grab your attention and get you hooked on the premise? My gut says mecha, but I don't know if that's a genre per se, so I'll go with sci-fi instead. As for something that could grab my attention, I'm honestly not sure. I don't know, it's just not my thing. And there's so much out there that cutting my losses at the hint of mecha stuff makes choosing stuff to watch or read less stressful, so I don't know. There's plenty of good sci-fi and mecha out there for sure, but it's just not for me. I think partly because I can't draw machine sci-fi mecha stuff, and I like making fan art, right? So if I really enjoy something, it's just kind of a bummer to not be able to draw it well. So I think that's part of why I don't tend to like those. So even if I really did enjoy it, I'd be like, oh man, I can't show my enjoyment because I can't draw anybody. Okay, the last question from Hannah, and for the month, is a spoiler question for the end of Thousand Year Door. If you haven't beaten the game, this is the last question, so you can skip to the outro using the timestamps and bookmarks that I have. So I'll just give you a second or two to do that before I say what the question is and then answer it. Okay, if you're still here, Do you think that the Shadow Queen from Paper Mario has girl power? I suppose? She's got a killer dress, if that's what you're asking. And that was the last question for the month, so we'll head on over to the end screen. You can see my lovely patrons scrolling by along with their patron NPCs. If you're interested in asking a question or any other, or have any interest in the other rewards that come along with supporting me, check out the link to my Patreon in the description. Thank you to everyone who asked a question and anyone who watched the video. The support means a lot to me, so until next one, bye!